Hey, it's MK, and I am here with a Follow a Sketch February layout, and today we are doing this layout here by Crafty Jen Scow, I think is how you say it. So I've got a bunch of leftover pieces that I had from my Boys' recipe albums that I made last year, I believe in November, and these are just leftovers. I've got some wood grain and acrylic, some chipboard pieces, and then some... I don't know what I was looking for in there. And then I also have some die cut pieces. And then I've got some tiny word stickers, some leftover. Oh, this ribbon is from Close to My Heart many moons ago. I've got a little brandy or a little film strip that is from 49 and Market. I have another one somewhere as well. Oh, there it is. Apparently my past self already knew where it was. That one's full and it's in its entirety. I also have some faux brads. Now they're called brads, but they're faux brads. All of that is from some Simple Stories What's Cooking line. This one here is from another Simple Stories, but I'm not sure if I share it with you guys or not. But to be honest, I don't use any of these elements. I bring one out, but that's about it. I don't actually end up using any of them. And even there, I'm saying I'm not even sure. I've got 4 photos of my daughter making one of my friends' recipes. And then I have all of these scraps. Now, this is an old Close to My Heart paper that isn't even double-sided. And I think I'm going to map my photos on that. I have some 49 and Market foundation paper. I don't remember exactly from where, but that is what I have. This is also from 49 and Market. It's from their new Birdsong collection. And then I have a Minte piece that is from the Mamarazzi. I just love this floral piece of paper. And then it's got the muted cameras on the other side. This is another Close to My Heart piece. I actually have it on the very pastel side. If you flip it over, it's a little darker. But I think I'm going to use the pastel side. And then I have a white piece of cardstock that I've cut something out of. I'm going to use the white cardstock as my base because I need to build a page that is 8.5 by 11, and this cardstock is 8.5 wide at one point, but my blue cardstock is not. So I'm actually going to build the page, and I'm going to have this stripe piece be the border of the missing link. It's going to be my missing piece that I need for my layout. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this right onto my white cardstock. And then I will start roughing up some edges because for me, I definitely liked having roughed up edges on pretty much everything. So I haven't trimmed it down yet to, it's still 8.5 by 12. I have not trimmed it down yet. I think I don't trim it down until the very end anyways. So that is my fault. But I am using my ruler to make sure that I have 8.5 on one side, and then I'll flip it and do 8.5 on the other side, just to make sure. I'm just trying to use up my scraps. Now I picked out a bunch of scraps and I put them in page kits because I was prepping for Baby Got Scraps, and that was my hop that I usually do all throughout the month of January. And then I just went through a rut and I could not do anything. Didn't feel like doing anything. I just was blah. And so I had all of these page kits already set up and ready to go. No photos picked out, no nothing. And so that is what I am using for the month of February and then probably into the month of March, because I think I ended up with 27, 28, somewhere in there page kits. So I'm going to be using them, but I'm not doing a layout every day. I just think that is too much for me at this moment until I can get my life back together. That's it. So I am going to follow the sketch, which is the point, and I'm going to cut out a little fishtail. Mine isn't going to be as deep as the sketches is because I knew that I was going to have 4 photos on this layout, and if I make my dovetail too deep, then it ends up getting lost and hidden behind a photo. So I opted to do a very shallow dovetail. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and glue that right in. Some of this paper will come back because I do end up adding a flip flap because I like having all 3 photos. I thought for some reason that I had 2 photos horizontal and 2 photos vertical, but then I cut them all out and I was like, they're all vertical. Like, what was I thinking? I don't know. So I liked the idea of just having the 3 photos, and then I'm going to bring in the 4th photo as a flip flap and a journal spot. So I'll end up journaling underneath the flip flap. So, and I think I end up doing that on camera as well. But first I'm going to go ahead and mat all of my photos on this Close to My Heart glacier paper, and I am going to distress all of the edges as well. So I went ahead and fast forwarded through all of that because it's the same thing over and over again 4 times. I'm going to cut down this little strip of yellow paper. This yellow paper matched the Minte paper beautifully. It just brought out the yellow in that paper. I really, really loved that paper, you guys. Hoping I have more of it, but I found it slightly difficult to use just in my aspect. So not knowing that I was going to use this yellow paper where I did, so I went ahead and I used my fingernail to smooth out the base paper that I already distressed, just so that way I could lay on top my yellow paper and it not be too bulky all in one spot. So I went ahead and pieced them together. You're never going to know that it's not one piece behind the banner. I am going ahead and just doing my own thing off on the side. I felt like just with the base piece and it being a banner, going on a large banner, that there wasn't really any more of a decorative element. So I went ahead and I added the the side strips, just because I wanted to use my stuff up, in all honesty. So there, back before I started gluing my photos down, I was sharing with you guys that I did have my extra photo. I am saving all of my scraps. I just don't know what I'm going to do on the other side of the photo just yet, because I want to turn it into a flip. I'm going to go ahead and add my, to finish building off of my little border strip that I've got going on the left, I'm going to go ahead and incorporate my film strip and then take my half film strip, or just the outside edge of one film strip, and put it on the right photo on the right side, and then pick out all of my embellishments. That's all I'm going to do. So for these photos, I've got my daughter I was just taking pictures, and she is making a tater tot casserole. My girlfriend loves to make fun of me when it comes to this tater tot casserole, because the very first time that I made it, I wrote down the recipe very, very quickly. It is a very easy recipe, but I wrote it down so fast, and then I was so excited to go home and make it, and then it was awful. It was terrible. It didn't turn out the way she makes it. I just was upset. So then she makes it the next time, and I tell her mine was bad. Like, I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know what happened. And she goes, well, did you add this? Yes, I did. Did you add this? Yes, I did. And then she says, did you add the cream ofs? And I'm like, the what? Like, the part that makes it good, which she adds either cream of celery or cream of chicken, and I did not. So that was my bad. And yeah, we ended up with a very dry casserole. And now she teases me since, and it's been several years. But now my kids make it, and they make it beautifully. So it's really good. It's really fun watching my kids in the kitchen, watching them grow in the kitchen. For sure. I absolutely love how far they have come. If I'm being honest, from where we started to, they used to just help unload the dishwasher and put all the dishes away. And then they started helping in the kitchen, when I needed them to stir something while I opened a can, or the can is open, can they dump the can in the pot, things like that. Then they started cutting up their own vegetables, and now they pretty much cook dinner all by themselves. I don't even have to be in the same room with them. So it is great. We switch off for monthly chores, and so each of them, we're down to the point now where each of them make their menu, then they go through the kitchen and make a grocery list so they know what they need. not just to make the menu, but to supply the rest of the house with groceries and, household items and bathroom items, things like that. So it's great for them to know that, especially when, my boys are getting ready to all graduate one right after another and move on with their lives. And so it's something that I hope that they will take with them and know what to do when they're out on their own. In all honesty, I'm so excited. I really am. It's great. They're so proud. It's like, how did I do, Mom? And things like that. And them just being creative in the kitchen or following a recipe, or can I change this up? Can we change the meat? Things like that. It's just great. Watching them become skilled, not just in the kitchen, but they all do their own laundry. They all do everything. It is just great, you guys. I love it. All right, so last but not least, I'm going to add a little bit of these hearts. I've picked out all the hearts that I felt like kind of matched everything. Now, the flowers that are in the Simple Stories kit, I wasn't quite sure if I was going to bring them in or not, but I did need something to be in the background, right? And I needed a little bit more flowers other than my floral paper. Even though most of my floral paper gets covered up, I do like the little whimsy that I get to see from that floral paper. I'm okay with that. But one of the things that's the title piece down there, or the sticker piece that says Family Home Kitchen Food, when I put my utensil holder, my wood veneer on there, it had a little floral piece in the background. And so I thought I was going to add that floral piece throughout the layout in the background. So I really like that. I picked the title that says Self-Serve Kitchen, open 24/7. I really liked that little title because that's pretty much my kids. They don't wait for me to cook. They get up in the morning before school. They make eggs. They make toast. They, get all fancy with their sandwiches for school lunches. I mean, it's a wow factor what they all end up doing these days. So I'm just impressed. And then during the summer, it gets even wower, if that's even a word. All right, so I'm going to be working on my little my flip flap. And it's going to go and flip up and down instead of side left and right. It's going to flip upward. And so I have to have my daughter's photo upside down on the other side. And then I'm going to build everything straight onto the back side. That way, inside the little pocket, nothing shifts or moves. And so I'm just taking more little banner pieces and bringing that banner element into the flip flap, seeing how you won't really see it until you lift it up. And the flip flaps all attach on the page protector. So once you figure out where it goes in your layout, you'll want to put the photo in the flip flap and then put the flip flap on the page protector, and then it's self-adhesive. So it adheres to just the outside of your page protector, either over a photo or over an element or whatever you want it to be over on your page. For this instance, it's going to go over the upper left photo because they're almost the same. I remember the stage in my daughter's life where it was hard for her to open cans, even the ones that have the little pop tops. And so that is what that picture is representing. And then one of the things that I'm going to be talking about is her development. She used to be too short to stand upright and cut the vegetables and all this stuff. And it's just her growing, because the boys, they're like trees. They don't have that issue. But her development was extra special because of all the different challenges that she's had starting at her age. And she started at the exact same time as the boys did. And so it was different. We couldn't take little baby steps like we did when, all the kids were turning 8. That's when they started this, and so on and so forth. So it was great. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, truly appreciate it. Don't forget to check out everyone else in the playlist down below. That is playing along with Follow a Sketch February. Also, too, don't forget to check out Sandy Reversky's Facebook group, which is Scrapping Reflections. That is where you can go and find all of the sketches. And then when you click on the sketches, in their comments is where you'll find everybody else that does not have a YouTube channel playing along with Sandy's sketches as well. So anyways, thanks again for hanging out with me, and I will check y'all later. Bye.